so well.
Welcome. Wednesday night is here, and it's String Theory, the weekly live YouTube show where you ask the questions and I give the pointless answers that you never listen to. Don't take my advice anyway, and I don't care. But who's counting? Want to thank our nobody, not a soul. Want to thank our partners on String Theory. The list grows daily. Boucher Guitars, Levy Strap, G&G Music in Antigonish, who's always working his magic up there, Mr. Glenn Gotel. Fantasy Music, my buddy, Stephen McNeil, down on Spring Garden Road in Halifax, Nova Scotia. K&K Sound, Gallagher Guitars, Recording King Guitars, Alvarez Yeri, St. Louis Music, Yamaha, Canada, James Martin Instruments of Ireland, Audio Sprockets, the makers of the Tone Dexter, and a brand new edition.
A brand new edition.
A brand new edition.
A big new edition.
This is a big one.
We're all tied up in this new edition.
Diodario. Yes. One of my oldest and most favorite brands.
Yeah, buddy.
They just came out with a new coated string that has completely altered my perception of coated strings. I'm using them from now on. Just tried them last week on the Gunny and Cormier shows we did. A couple of weeks ago now, actually. And, so there you go. And in the house, my good buddy, the tech,
good evening.
The Sultan of Tech, the chief of Shark Shirts, the captain of Cactus Outerwear, the
You should quit while you're
hairy-armed demigod
of transistors.
of neck sunburns, the Muhammad Ali of pre-war tubes.
I'm just going to see where this goes.
My friend.
Pre-war tubes.
I don't know.
That fell off the cliff.
Kris Coot, right here, ladies and gentlemen. And the lovely, ever lovely Miss Ginger is in the house.
Hey, Ginger.
Hey, Kris.
And as always, the lovely Ginger.
The ever lovely Ginger.
Just continually just puts up with my
Your
shit
crap.
all the time. All the time.
She's pretty smart, but
Not smart enough, apparently. Because I slapped a ring on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I managed it.
Much to my chagrin.
Yes,
I
much.
remember the day when I found out.
Yes.
Yes.
You almost splotzed.
I almost splotzed. Yeah. I almost splotsificated.
Splotsificated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Such a
it's not-
smart girl, but
It's not good when you splotsificate
No.
in your own
No.
pantaloons.
no.
We're on the Sleeman's original draft tonight, and the what is this?
Oh, you're on the Scotch.
It's a very expensive Scotch. It smells like
Scotch?
Jesus and angels and
Unicorn farts.
unicorn farts and baby rabbits.
Nice. I love those baby rabbits
Oh,
with a little
God.
garlic.
Yes,
Browned in a pan.
brown in a pan. Don't even take the
Turned
frills.
dark.
I'm on
All
the
right.
sparkling cream soda.
Yeah, we're wondering how the hell they flavor that without any sugar.
Yes. No sugar. No calories.
What'd they do? Beat the cream soda clown over the head?
They
till he
did.
Pissed in the can, or what
They,
happened?
they
anyway?
ground them up. Dehydrated them and ground them up.
All right, guys, boys and girls, we're glad to have you here. You may have noticed today that we released a major review. I did a big review on 2 limited edition Bouchers that are one of a kind. They blew my mind. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out because it's just ridiculous. And there's one more Boucher video coming very soon. Still haven't told everybody about it, but there'll be yet another one in the next, in the next week or so, I think it'll be time. And
Top secret.
yes, top secret. And we are now, because of lockdown, Ginger is twice unemployed now. Can't fly planes, can't teach school, but she's really good at YouTube.
Rub it in.
Really good at YouTube. So, and work in production here in the studio. So now we're going to be able to do all these videos we want to do.
Well, you've got to do
And
it.
seeing as you're in our bubble, I mean, this whole road is just one bubble.
There's a little bit of double trouble, bubble trouble
There's
here.
a double trouble bubble.
Yeah.
Bubble toil and trouble.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. Absolutely.
So stay away from here.
That's right.
Can you believe that Jim Hanlon engineered this whole friggin' thing so he didn't have to come out and
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
the music tonight?
Yet another lockdown, so he wouldn't have to come out here and be berated
You
all night.
grumpy old fart. I can't believe you.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Just wait till we see him.
Yeah, I know. He's going to pay the price.
Mm-hmm.
First question of the night goes to...
Actually, there are more comments. We have some super chat comments.
Oh, okay. Super chats
First
are good.
one is from our buddy Jeff Gallant.
Jeff Gallant. My old buddy.
He says, for almost a year, you spent your Wednesday nights with us. I personally thank you and Ginger for everything you do to keep us entertained. Brother.
Oh, nice.
I love you very much.
Thank
you for that. We love all of you for being here with us all this time. It has been, you know, I say this a lot, actually. It seems like this has been no time.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't.
Just like that. It seems like we started this yesterday, and it just continues to become more and more interesting. I just was in conversation with a guy in the States named Jeremy Shepard. He calls himself the Guitar Hunter, and has a very successful channel. And turns out he's a fan of what we do, and I'm a fan of what he does. And we've been talking to each other, and that's going to start to be a collaboration, I think. So, like, things like that are happening. And it's just from us sitting in here acting up.
I think
right?
We're lucky that we have our little community bubble here all along.
Yep.
We've had each other.
Yeah,
and
we've
it's
been
made
together.
time fly.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
We have been isolated
Luckier
on this
than
tiny
most.
road here for over a year, and
The helicopter just drops in the groceries once a week.
that's right. Occasionally, Chris runs over a skunk or a possum, and
Well.
we just fry that up. And,
Or Dave or Rob shoot a squirrel. And,
yeah, or each
Dig
other.
worms.
Dig worms.
We got
Yeah.
lots of fish.
yeah,
Lots of fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
We have a super chat from Peloton Rider 1.
All right.
Starts with a comment, then goes to a question. So thanks to your review of the Yamaha LL16. I think I bought one. I think I bought the last one in Ontario.
Sweet.
Fabulous guitar. And then they have a question on scale length. A bit longer on the L series. Does that affect the action at 12th? Have lowered saddle, but may need a bit more.
I don't think scale. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I mean, like I said last week's, I don't even pay attention to scale. It's either a standard-ish scale or a short scale on a 12 fret neck, and action scale shouldn't really affect action.
Action is
that
related
much.
to the bridge and the nut,
Yeah.
and how the neck is set. It's not dependent on the scaling.
Yeah, we went over this last week, and if you want to just measure your action at the first fret, with the string depressed at the fifth, and you see if there's some play before you can touch the string down on the first fret, that indicates that your nut is the right height. And then at the 12th fret, generally, I like my action super low, like a quarter and a half, literally, like a coin.
Yeah.
A quarter width and a half of a quarter.
Yeah.
You should be able to slip under that E string. And you get that by just filing down the bottom of the saddle and making it lower.
Yeah.
And I would first, before I tried anything too tool oriented, I would just take the truss rod, because the truss rods in those guitars are incredibly good. And you just have to take the truss key and turn it a quarter turn, and it could very well just straighten
Give
that
you
neck
that, yep.
perfectly.
Give you
right?
that tiny little drop
Yep.
that you need.
So there you go. Next.
Question from Eric Poirier.
Eric Poirier.
I watched the Boucher you showed today, the new review you put out. He said you should call it The Animal. But the tunes you played sounded like something from a new album. When do we get a teaser? No time like the present.
There's no. No. I played on one of the guitars. I believe I played the Newcastle Clog, and then on the other guitar I played the chord structure for "Gone," which was a song off Another Morning, and then I played Spanish Fandango, which is an old traditional Chet thing I got from Chet Atkins. So yeah, nothing yet. I am working on a new album though, but I'll be damned if I really tease anybody. I won't tease anybody. There's already been actually some secret teasers that you don't even realize that already exist.
Riddles within an enigma.
That's right.
Musically speaking.
Wrapped in an enigma.
Right. Wrapped in bacon.
Like
Wrapped
wrapped
in
in bacon.
Hidden in a vibroslap.
Exactly. Yes. And parked right beside a plastic egg.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Beside a Kinder Surprise.
Inside a Kinder Surprise. Yeah.
With a full team of Russian nesting dolls.
That's right. A full team.
Squad.
A squad of Russian nesting dolls. Okay.
And you're
right.
already off the
Can
rails.
next.
Alrighty. Next, we have another super chat
All right.
from Ted Whitmore.
Ted Whitmore. How you doing, buddy?
Do you think missing a day of practice can be a good thing for beginner types?
You're never gonna unless you're a freak like I was. You're never gonna miss a day of practice. You're never gonna always practice every day. That's what I mean to say. It can't be done, especially nowadays. When I was a kid, it was easy. Didn't have anything to do.
Rock and stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a rock and I had a
hoop
stick,
and a
and
stick.
somebody would poke me in the eye with a stick, and I'd go in the house and cry and play the guitar. I had 3 channels on a black and white television. That was it.
Country
And a
cable.
rotary phone.
Country cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Country cable, rabbit ears with tinfoil wrapped around them. That's what we had.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else to do but play. Now,
Yeah.
everything gets in the way of music until, of course, the pandemic. Now that's given us time and space to actually,
Everybody's listening and playing.
yeah. So
It's a good thing.
don't feel bad if you miss a day. It's not going to hurt you. When you'll know, if you're not practicing enough, you will know, because you will start to piss yourself off when you try to go back and play stuff you know, but you can't get through it. That's an indicator that you're not practicing enough. And if it doesn't frustrate the shit out of you, you shouldn't be playing the guitar, because that should piss you off, and you should go, oh, damn it, and then you should spend 3 days getting that back. And the more you do that, the better your muscle memory gets, and the more the bigger your retention gets. And pretty soon you don't have to, after 10 years of that, you don't have to practice stuff you know. You just practice new things. That's that.
That's that one.
Next.
Next one's from Caper Away.
Caper away.
Where is Caper Away?
We asked that.
I don't remember.
Every week I ask that.
It was birthday for them, right? Last
Yeah.
week, yes. What's going on with Caper Away?
He's wondering if you know Mark O'Connor and have you listened to his Markology 2 album?
Oh boy, don't get me started. Yeah, okay, so I do know Mark O'Connor. I met him many times and played with him. Last time I played with him was probably, it's many, many years ago now. It was actually on the Natalie McMaster show, the Atlantic Airwaves thing. She had him up, and we ended up playing together. And like Mark O'Connor is one of the best musicians that's ever lived. But I got really, because I had the first Markology album, and that he put out when he was 16 years old, and he outplayed every guitar player on the planet on that one record. It was just unbelievable what this kid was capable of. So I actually just did this not even a week ago. I saw this announcement on, I think it was on Bluegrass Today or something on Facebook, that he had put out Markology 2. I flipped out. I was like, and I got on the phone right away, and I downloaded it from Apple Music. And I put it on, and I played it while I was washing the dishes. And it was horrible. I'm sorry. It was horrible. Why was it horrible? Okay. First of all, on his first record, he had a tremendous band with him. He had people like David Grisman, Mark Shass playing the bass. He had he had a great band with him. So everything that he did was in context, because a lot of his ideas are so far out. If they're not being played over the chords of the tune, they make no sense. So he's even better guitar player now than he was, but better in a strange way. He's gone so far over the edge of what's normal that record is hard to listen to, because it's just him
Doing a little more for himself, maybe this time.
Yeah, it's like he's just it's just a wank fest for 45 minutes.
I haven't heard it yet. I'll have to go and
It's-
download it now.
Like musically, it's unbelievable, but it doesn't have any.
Not relatable.
No, not even for me as a guitar player that I have been and am and have listened to. I can't enjoy that record. I just can't. I tried. I was like, well, there's some pretty cool stuff, but then he just goes so far away from the melody and the timing and the form and he does a lot of things that are just like, why are you doing all that? You know, you're the best flat picker ever. Why bother with that shit? Just play, right? And so I was really disappointed. And I hate to say
That's
that
too bad.
because I'm a huge fan of his, and I just expected something else.
I think that happens with every artist, though, as they go through changes. I mean,
Yeah.
I hated most of your songs,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
You know.
you can't win them all.
So sorry, Mark, if you're watching, I love you to death, and I think you're the best guitar player on the fucking planet. But I wish you had had just a rhythm guitar player to add context to the genius that you were putting down, right? Because even me, who knows you're playing, right? I just couldn't get my head around it. Maybe I'm just dumb. That could be true as well. So. Next question.
The next question is actually for Kris.
Okay, Coot.
I'm here.
You're
Ready
up.
for a question?
I'm here.
And JP, I guess. What's your opinion on Yamaha Compass series?
Anything Yamaha is good.
Oh yeah. I
From
always
beginner
loved
to
them.
pro.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I always loved the Compass series. When they first came out, they came in all those different colors, like blue and the
Yeah.
orange, like that weird creamy orange,
Creamsicle.
creamsicle, and yeah, I love those guitars. They had real thin necks, narrow necks, and good pickup systems in them, and not huge powerhouses acoustically, but. But yeah, it's a guitar that I love to play, and as Kris said, just about any Yamaha.
You'll have it forever.
Yeah, they would. If you'd have bought a Yamaha,
Right by the mic, that's perfect. Yeah.
if you bought a Yamaha back then. Why is it all? What is that? Alka-Seltzer? Or what did you put in there? If you bought a Yamaha,
Just making a wee martini.
I see,
Okay, James Bond.
shaken, not stirred.
Look at that sucker.
He actually just made a martini on the show.
Cheers.
In a mason jar.
Oh boy, here we go.
A little Tarmini.
Kind of hard to concentrate on Yamaha when this martini's about.
Compass series.
Compass
Yamaha.
series.
Get on it, would you?
Okay, Compass series, yes. Yeah. In all seriousness, if you have one, or especially one of the old ones, I remember when they were 20 years ago when they first came out, they really were very good guitars and very good plugged in. I toured with them. I've had all kinds of them. I had at least 3 or 4 of them over the years, and just cycled them through the herd, right? Because they're not expensive, and they're just nice guitars to have.
I don't think there's a bad deal on a Yamaha.
I don't think
really,
there is either. No,
for any skill level.
no, $300 to 6,000.
Yeah.
Like they're friggin' brilliant.
Yep. Solid.
Yep,
Quality goes in before the name goes on.
that's right. The martini comes up before the liver goes down.
Tally ho.
Tally ho, shaken not stirred. Next,
From Joe, brother Joe.
Hey, Brother Joe.
Brother Joe Monfrere de Gauban,
That one.
A la Tabernacle.
at a tabernacle
Du oiseau avec la fenêtre.
avec la fenêtre. Yeah.
His question is, have you ever played the piano like Beethoven?
No. I wish if I could play the piano like Beethoven, I wouldn't be sitting in this shithole.
Did Beethoven play
I'd be-
chopsticks?
I like-
Yes, everybody just missed what I just said.
it's good to know what you really feel about us in the barn, and know
Okay,
we're
so
just-
they did catch it.
Yeah.
Everybody's flipping me off. No, I have never played piano like Beethoven. I wish I could. Of all the musicians, there's two musicians that really influenced me from that part of music, and that's him and Bach.
I like Mozart.
I like Mozart too, but he's almost too pop for me.
Yeah,
He was a pop act of the day, right?
he wrote the poppy catchy tunes.
Yeah, he was a
did.
rock
You're
star, right?
Yeah.
But Beethoven was too in his prime, and
He just went to be a grumpy old man.
yeah, he went to be a grumpy old drunken guy. But,
Yeah.
but Bach invented music, right? All of the things that we use in modern music today, he invented it. It was before him. It was just Baroque music. It was sort of a one-dimensional.
It was Baroque,
thing.
so he fixed it.
It was Baroque, so he
Oh.
fixed it. Oh, Jesus Christ! Somebody give that woman a martini.
What was that, Ginger? What? It was Baroque.
Oh, that's what that was.
Oh.
I was wondering what that was over there. Now I know. I didn't see that coming.
Way to go, Ginger.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I think that deserves a golf clap. Next.
Where's Cam?
He's
Yeah.
around.
He better be.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he better be.
Next question's from Bram Avery.
Bram Avery, yes sir. How you doing?
Says, I know that you like to use blue chip picks. Just wondering what style of pick you use, jazz, 3-point, etc. Or if you use different styles for different types of playing.
No, I use one pick, and my current, I don't even know if I have it in my pocket. It might be over on the credenza. No, I have it. So this is the blue chip that I'm using, which is the 3-corner 55. I think it's the 55 weight. And I've been using this pick for almost 2 years, and it's still not too bad.
You like tortoiseshell picks too.
I do, but that's why I use this, because this is tortoise without wearing off.
It doesn't come with the legs and the tail and
Exactly,
everything
and
else
I don't
attached.
have to chase it.
Right.
And it's difficult for me to chase those little bastards now with the
Even
cane.
though they're that slow.
Even though when I do catch them,
Yeah.
I can beat them to death with the cane.
Right.
But otherwise, I have to use the blue chip. Yeah. Because, no, in all seriousness, blue chips are, they sound like tortoise, but they don't wear off the same way or as badly. And then they don't bend and warp. Because tortoise and a lot of other picks will warp.
Well, I've seen you
From
shatter
your body.
a tortoise.
Yeah.
pick, too.
Oh yeah, just rip the end right off.
Yeah.
But these aren't affected by your body heat, so you can play with it and it just stays flat. It's completely flat as the day I bought it, right? And I've been playing with it for over a year. I mean, it's $50. It's worth the money. Like I could have gone through any number, like a dozen of picks.
What's it made of?
It's some kind of a proprietary.
It must be space age.
It's organic. No, it's organic.
That's organic?
Yep, they make it out of some kind of organic, proprietary thing.
I'd call bullshit. We're going to have to look into that.
Yeah, they won't tell you. I've asked them; they won't just
Oh,
proprietary.
unscrew the lid and get inside of it.
Yeah.
And see what it's built of.
Yeah, but that's my favorite pick, and that's my favorite shape, is tri-cornered. I sometimes use a regular, like not a teardrop, but a regular one-pointed pick. But I like these better because they just got 3 points. You don't like what you hear and you turn it around.
You play 3 times as fast.
Yes,
You get 6 different notes.
you
of
can remember 3 extra songs
it. Yeah.
because of that.
Well, 6 if you flip it over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you turn it
That's
over.
for advanced users, though.
Yeah, it's like an LP record.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play 3 on this side and 3 on that, and then you flip it over.
Like an
and-
old LP record.
That's
Like
right.
a K-Tel.
Yeah, K-Tel.
Yeah.
That has 37 cuts on one side. The fucking vinyl's so thin you can hold up and see the
Yeah.
light coming through.
Yeah, you need the Hubble telescope just to see the tracks.
That's right. Yeah. They're so thin. They're,
so
they're like the start of every other record.
Yeah.
That's one whole 5-minute track.
Yeah, you got to spin it at 0.7 rotations
Yeah.
per minute.
Yeah. And every song sounds like it's coming out of a waste paper basket filled with dirty diapers.
That went so.
But why?
Okay, next.
But why?
Sorry, K-Tel.
The
Fuck K-Tel. I'm not around anymore. All right.
next question's from Joe again.
Hi, Joe.
Brother Joe.
Joe wants to poke the bear. And ask if he can put steel strings on his classical guitar.
Joe, you absolutely should do that.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
right ahead. Have
Yep,
fun.
Have at her.
Knock yourself out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
knock it-
send you a pair of
Yeah.
new D'Addario coated steel strings.
Yeah, heavy gauge.
Heavy gauge for your classical guitar.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'll send you a free set of cutters as well.
This is some bitch who taught me how to play. And when I had my first horrible guitar, he's like, put these Martin heavies on it to make it sound better. That's how I learned to play.
Mm-hmm.
He almost killed me, bastard. I love you, Joe. He did teach me. He taught me well what he could. Then he gave up, the bastard. That almost frustrated me. I'm going to tell you all a story, just for fun. Embarrass the shit out of Joe. The reason that I started playing Doc Watson, because he did it first. He was the one who walked into the room one day when he picked up the guitar and come in the room and went, I just learned this new tune. He went, he learned that first, and I went, you got to be kidding me. I want you to show me how to do that. And so he did, and as soon as he taught me how to do it and it got me hooked on Watson, he quit flat picking. Like altogether.
Right.
He never did it again. And I was like, what the...
Blazes, Joe.
Yeah, Joe. So
Yep.
there you go. So there's your embarrassing story about Joe. I think he just went and learned the one tune to get me started and just pissed everybody off. And
Yeah.
quit playing.
Love you, Joe.
I love you too, buddy. You're the man. Okay, next.
We have a super chat from Mr. Cam.
Hey,
Mr. Cam McMaster's in the house.
Here's the Cam. Oh, you're going to play the song. There you go.
He has a theme song.
Oh, Cam McMaster is my name. Going to string theory is my game. I love to pick on JP and Chris. I'm Cam McMaster, and this is this.
Good rhyme.
Thought that was going to be a different rhyme, but you pulled it out of the fire.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Or you
Out of the,
Yeah.
Or
out of the,
left
into
it
the
in the
bacon
fire.
fat into the fire.
out of the cigarette ashes and bacon fat and into
Yeah.
the fryer.
Yeah, I am a phoenix.
You're something.
Cam McMaster, love you, buddy. What's going on?
He says, good day, Laurel and Hardy. I've asked builders over the years. Usual answer is a blank stare. Question. Why not seal the inside of an acoustic like the outside so humidity is not so crucial, besides tone loss?
Yeah, tone
That's
loss.
the reason.
You got her.
Yeah, it's all tone loss. And on top of that, one of the things that makes an acoustic guitar is that the inside of the guitar is not treated. Therefore, it still breathes air and water.
It's got to breathe.
Right.
Yep.
So without that, if you finish the inside of the guitar would sound like a paperweight. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is.
Or as I like to call it,
imagine
a Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cam, you wouldn't believe
Closely related to a Martin.
you wouldn't believe the differences in the way they're constructed.
Oh.
And I see the insides most of the time and pay attention to the insides. And the first thing I do is get a mirror and a light. And Bouchers and Morgans and Stonebridges and those boutique guitars, they are the guitar porn to me
Yes.
when I look inside and go, look how beautiful this is built. And other guitars are like, they slapped it together out of a sheet of plywood, quarter-inch plywood, and there's all kinds of whiskers and hairs and fibers inside it, and they're just not put together very well. But they do have to breathe. You're right. They got to breathe air, water.
Yep.
That helps them open up.
Yep.
And makes them sound.
And imagine this. The inside of the guitar is literally a speaker. It's like a lung.
Yeah.
So when you hit it, air gets shoved all around it and shot out the hole and out of the top, right? So imagine...
Seen that around here before.
Yeah, right. So just imagine if the inside was finished, it would be reflective. Mm-hmm. It would sound so bad because the sound air would just be sliding, slipping. It would have no purchase whatsoever. You'd hit a chord, it just sound like it would sound like every string was unwound.
I wish we had an old trashy guitar that we could take
we should,
for Cam.
we should.
And like
We do
lacquer
have
the
one.
inside.
Yeah,
of it.
we should
do have
lacquer
one.
one just to see.
We'll call it the Cam.
Yeah. The Cam
4000.
The Cam 4000. Yeah. Yeah. Because at 4,000, people would pay you $4,000 to stop playing the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But a good question.
Great question.
And actually a very good question. And as he said, he's right. When you look inside a guitar, the cleaner it is, the better you know the builder is.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be finished with lacquer or cellulose or whatever to be finished inside.
No.
They are finished. They're stained. A lot of them are stained inside and everything else.
They're treated sometimes inside, but not sealed.
Right, not sealed over.
Not sealed, and like yourself, first thing I've seen you do it. Look inside a guitar and go, Jesus, look at that big glob of glue back there.
Yeah.
You don't want none of that. The inside of that guitar should be pristine because it's conducting all your sound. So, yeah, good question. Next.
Next is from Leaf Forever.
Leaf Forever.
And I know I'm going to pronounce all of this wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
You might, anyway.
It's all good.
Do you know either Jens or Hens and you Kruger
Yes.
from the Kruger brothers?
Yes.
How do you say their names?
Jens.
Jens, and
Yui?
and you, Jens and Yui.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know them. Yeah, I've played with them at Merlefest.
Yeah, he says, if so, have you ever played with them in Nashville?
I played with them not in Nashville. I played with them at Merlefest, and I played with them at the Steve Kaufman Guitar Camp in Knoxville, Tennessee, about 15 years ago. Taught there with them, and the banjo player did something amazing. I sat in on his workshop. I was there as a teacher, and I had an hour off, and I went to see his workshop on banjo. And he went into great detail about how Earl Scruggs was a ragtime player with swing, and how modern banjo players spent 40 years trying to take the swing out of banjo, like Ron Block.
Mm-hmm.
When he plays for Alison Krauss,
it's on
every
rails.
note is the same exact length, the same
On
exact
rails.
duration.
Yeah.
And he told a story about being around the studio where they were recording in Nashville one time. And Ron was doing a banjo part, not a break, just playing the roll through the song. And so everybody else was finished. As they said, we're going to go to lunch, and you work, and we come back, you'll be done, right? So they all went to lunch for an hour. They came back, and he had played for an hour trying to straighten that roll out, to play it perfectly straight, right? Unlike Scruggs. Scruggs played like a ragtime player.
Bent it.
He bent, he swung the time, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Kruger, he completely demonstrated this, and I was like, wow, I never noticed that before. And then he says, the band comes back, and Block is sitting in the chair going, oh, God, it was so hard, but I got it done, right? And then the band walks in, and Allison says, okay, play the track. And and she listens and goes, did you go for lunch too, or you didn't get it? And she was serious. She wasn't trying to be mean.
No.
She thought he hadn't. She could still hear the swing.
Right.
And he went back and did it another 2 hours.
He is so surgical, but in a good way.
Oh yeah. His Ron Block is like one of the best banjo players
and
ever.
You know it's Ron Block.
Yeah, you can't
guitar or banjo. You know it's Ron Block.
Because he is so solid.
Yeah.
Right? So solid.
Yeah.
And so yes, I know the Kruger brothers. They are absolutely frigging ridiculous.
What was the
musicians.
CD we listened to 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we had it out here.
And we were listening to it, and Ron Block was one of the session guys on that. And we could all just, that's got to be Ron Block.
As soon as you heard it, you went, who's on this? Ron Block?
Because his timing is...
I looked at it, was, Ron Block.
Yeah.
Yeah. But isn't that something? Like, it's amazing, guys like the Krugers and well, all of us, all of these musicians who, we all listen to each other, right? The same way, you're a tech. You've picked up things from other.
Oh, everybody has their tells.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you hear the tell or the tells once you get used to those, you can spot they're playing anywhere.
You can tell by listening who is mixing something.
Sometimes, but not often.
Yeah, but I've seen you do it, and I've seen you like you would know, for instance, the same as me. Like if I hear David Grisman, for instance, I know it's Grisman immediately, or Sam Bush, or Rice, or Watson, or any of those things. And you're on the other side of the coin where you can hear, how something's wired, right? If you hear an amp a certain way or a set of speakers a certain way, if they're
a lot of
everything
times.
that's going on, right? Well, it's the same thing. It's the we all listen all the time when you're in this business. Doesn't matter if you're a musician, and Kris is a musician. Kris plays the bass, right?
Scary how we listen differently though to
Exactly.
different things to the
Yes.
same end.
Yeah, you might not hear what I hear until I point it out, and vice versa.
Right.
Because I'm looking at a different part of the
Well,
picture.
and a
right?
lot of times we'll listen to the same thing and describe it differently to each other and have to take 20 minutes to figure out we're actually talking about the same thing.
Exactly.
Because we're speaking a bit of a different language.
That's
sometimes.
happened many times,
Yeah.
especially on my recordings.
Yeah.
Kris, lives right across the road from us here, so when I'm working on things in the studio, he'll come in and listen to stuff, and well, he knows me so long he makes fun of me, but it's
Never.
yeah. Well,
Where do you get that from?
You laugh at me all the time.
Where would you get that
But-
from?
But it's always to the same end. It's like it's for you. He always picks on the most prominent thing in a mix. He'll pick on it. He'll go, wait a minute, that sticks out too much, right? And he's always right. And I always end up going in and smoothing things, right?
Sometimes they have to get reinforcements, though.
Yeah, it's true. Gunning has to step in sometimes.
Like the time
and
we
go,
threw you off the balcony.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Landed on my back on the hood of the truck. It was no good. Connects.
Leave that hanging
How's
there.
that martinis? How's those martinis going?
It's going good.
Are they? It looks good.
It's like a big mason jar
Of happiness.
of happiness.
Yeah.
Of gin and pine needles and vermouth. How's the scotch treating you?
It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Well, here, let me enable you.
No, I'm good.
Are you?
That'll last me the whole
All
yes,
right.
sir.
Well, don't. Then.
Next.
We have a super chat from Jim Hegan.
Jim Hegan. How you doing, brother?
He says, how does the Ovation guitar materials compare, i.e. limited back, wood back and top?
Say that again.
How does the Ovation guitar materials compare? I'm assuming he means to other guitars, i.e. limited wood back and top.
So,
Are you okay? He could be talking about the fact that Ovation about maybe 2 years ago now, they put out an all wood guitar.
oh, wood, yeah.
And it was smoking. I saw it demonstrated online at the NAMM show, and it shocked the shit out of me. Those guys can actually build a guitar out of wood.
When they're not
with
building helicopter blades.
Right.
Yeah.
Solid maple back and sides. Now, if you're just talking about the normal differences between Ovations and regular flat tops, I'm an Ovation fan, and I've said this a million times, because I loved Glenn Campbell, and I love the guys that played them, like...
I had an Ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love them. They don't sound good. They don't.
They sound good plugged in.
They sound
through
good-
a
good
PA
plugged in.
to cut through a mix.
And they sound cool recorded sometimes for
Sometimes.
certain things, like
Yeah.
certain types of lead parts, whatever. And it is what it is. I will always be a fan of them.
They
I
have their
can't
own
help
sound.
it, right? They have their own sound.
Yeah.
I have records here of, Glenn Campbell playing his Custom Legend. It always sounded good. He got good sound out of it, right? And some of the Adamas, the all graphite, they're pretty impressive.
Yes, they
for
are.
what they are, right? They don't sound like anything else. They only sound like an Adamas or an Ovation. That's what you're buying. So, yeah, there's obviously a massive difference in materials, right?
I gotta tell you, at the New Glasgow Jubilee one year, I dropped a friend's Ovation just before they went on stage.
Sons of Maxwell.
Yep, Dave Carroll's Ovation,
Oh Jesus!
and it hit a concrete floor,
Oops.
and it split most of the way around.
Oh my God!
And believe it or not, we taped the thing together with some duct tape, and he went out and played it.
Oh yeah.
And there weren't a lot of people in the know at that point. It did get fixed by Ovation.
Remember Lenny Gallant's Black
Yes.
Balladeer?
Yes,
And it literally was taped together.
it was. Yeah.
It was so split and broken and cracked everywhere,
Yeah.
and it sounded horrendous, but it sounded like Lenny.
It sounded like Lenny. And
like,
let's
Lenny should think
we
about
can
it.
segue into the
no,
Garrisons.
but it was his guitar, right? He got great sound out of that
he did.
guitar.
It was an iconic
and it was
sound.
it was
Yeah.
a shallow body
Yes,
too,
it
right?
was. that segues into the Garrison guitars.
Yes.
And they all came apart because you can't put plastic and wood together because the wood's got to breathe.
Exactly.
Right?
And guess what? I just found out. Our friend Garrison, the Chris Griffiths.
Yeah.
He's the head of D'Addario USA.
Is he now?
That's how I just...
Wow.
When D'Addario came to me this week and we talked about coming on board as a partner in the channel. That's who's running it down there. And good on him, because that man is an innovator.
The thing
and
about
I loved Garrison's.
The thing about an Ovation is, if you get tired of playing it and you decide, I'm out, you can always plant a flower in it and put it out on your balcony.
That's right. Use it for a
flower pot.
A boat oar.
If you cut a hole in the top, you can use it as a boat oar.
Yeah. Or a giant chili scoop at a cookout.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just take, take the top off.
Chili bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Fill it with nachos.
That's right. A home for wayward kittens.
Wayward kittens.
A gerbil playhouse.
A gerbil fun house. A gerbil amusement park.
A gerbil amusement park, yeah. See them running up and down the strings there and little tails going.
That's the water slide.
Oh, yeah, that's the water slide. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can put the, you can just jump off the end of the headstock into a Gibson.
Now, do you like the shallow bodies or did you like the full bodies?
Full body, and I love the ones I like the best now are the contour back. Right? It's because I got a belly. So
yes, you do.
My Ovations all did this.
Yes, your Ovation should have been like the reverse.
It should have been the other way. Yeah, so that my stomach was actually coming through the
all
front
this
of the
time they've been building them backwards.
Backwards, yeah. I should have got you to take the back off and put it on the other way.
Just flip it around and redo it. Yeah.
But yeah, they have the new contour backs with the abrasive. They have a patch on the bottom that sticks to your clothes when you're sitting down. It's slick as hell, and it feels like a regular body, right?
I believe that our good friend Curtis Cooper may still have my Ovation, but I'm not sure if he still has.
What was it? A Balladeer or a Legend?
It was a custom Legend with a spruce top.
They're great guitars.
Yeah.
They really were.
Yeah.
They're just different. I just like them because they're different.
I like them plugged in. I never liked them really acoustically.
No, you're never gonna.
No.
When you just can't put them up against anything, right? But
no.
Ken next.
We have another super chat from Cam.
Cam
McMaster.
He says, thanks. That was a great answer, and it has convinced me not to experiment on guitar build number 4. So here's another question. How do you get a guitar player off your porch?
I don't know.
A porch or balcony, and does it have a rail in it, Cam? Because it usually takes 2 of us to flip him over.
Why did you leave?
He's gone to get another beer.
I ran out of beer.
I see.
I'm sorry. I usually bring an extra one with me, but I forgot.
Yeah. Well, we're down helpers and everything.
Yeah.
Lockdown, right?
Yes, lockdown.
Yeah, we don't have the normal crew in the background.
No, it's usually a thriving metropolis here. There. Yeah, well, we just put him to sleep every time.
So yes, how do you get a guitar player off your porch?
I don't know.
Pay him for the pizza.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Cam.
Wow.
What a dick. I mean, love you, Cam. Next.
Question from Eric Poirier.
Again, Eric, how you doing, buddy?
He's wondering if you're still doing studio work. He's thinking of making some more tracks and figured I'd start with who helped me get started.
I would love to produce you again, my friend. When it's possible for you.
Maybe not the next 2 weeks, though.
What's that?
Just maybe not the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was just about to say when it's possible for you to actually legally come here. Although he is a Mountie, so at least I think he's a Mountie. He was going to be a Mountie. Yeah, anytime, call me. You know how to reach me. You can get me through here or Facebook or whatever. Let me know. Ken next.
Next is your cousin Denise.
Oh, Denise. Denise. Oh, yes. Denise Joe.
She's wondering how her dad's fiddle is doing.
It's good. It's in storage. I take it out, I don't know, every few months and play it. I just had it out recently for something. Played it for someone. And yeah, it's doing fine. Still awesome. I don't play it very much because I worry about it. You know, went on anything that happened to that violin. So I just I probably should play it more. You know, if Joe's looking down at me, he's probably yelling at me for not playing it more than I have been. But it is definitely safe, guarded with my very life, that violin. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, next.
Eli Patrick Music.
Hey.
He says, Kris Kristofferson is quite possibly my favorite songwriter. I'm curious to hear, what are your thoughts on his writing?
I think Kristofferson's a genius.
Master, eh?
Yeah. I grew up with that album, the Bobby McGee album and the Silver Tongue Devil album. And the first songs that I ever learned to sing were Kristofferson and Lightfoot songs, right? So one of the first Kristofferson songs, and I might also add, it was on my very first record, Out of the Blue, was Darby's Castle, which was on the first album, the Bobby McGee record.
Wouldn't you have loved to be a fly on the wall with Kristofferson, Waylon, and Cash, and in those times, when they were all active and together and writing and stuff?
No, Kristofferson is
a badass.
Yeah. He's like he is possibly, in my mind, there's a pantheon of writers, and it's very slim who's in that lineup, right? You got Lightfoot, Kristofferson, Leonard Cohen, really at the top of the whole. Those are the holy trinity, right?
Would you call him a storyteller though? Because I don't think of him as so much a storyteller.
Yeah, but see, then in the theaters around that pantheon, you have guys that also are in there, like Tom T. Hall, who I think is one of the best songwriters ever, right? And Ian Tyson and Sylvia Tyson and Waylon and John Cash, and like these guys, these guys were unbelievable, right? But the guys that seem to, and Dylan, right? I think Kristofferson surpasses Dylan because he's more accessible than Dylan.
These guys were the original badass. Like, they lived, and like from abject poverty to more money than they could contend with, to abject poverty, to drugs, to like a lot more, I think, than most other people did.
Yeah. But it's just, to me, it's his. I've always strived in my own writing to striven.
Strove.
I've always stroved.
Wished. Tried.
Shit myself. Trying to write like Kristofferson and Lightfoot. And I just, when I think about Kristofferson, I just think about, see the ruins on the hill where the smoke is hanging still like an echo of an age long forgotten. There's a story of a home crushed beneath those blackened stones and the roof that fell before the beams were rotten. Holy fuck.
Shit. That's heavy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it's a song about infidelity. This man built this mansion for his wife, and she slept with somebody in their house, in there. You know what I mean?
That bitch.
But seriously, holy crap!
Yeah,
I get
some heavy words.
Goosebumps from it, right? Yeah. And that's the kind of writing that I've always gravitated to. Hence, I think Kristofferson's a fucking god.
Kris Kristofferson.
To Kris Kristofferson, who's 82.
Heavy duty.
82 now, I think. 82,
Really?
83, yeah.
I would have pegged him a little
He's
older.
retired. He quit last year for good. He says, I'm done. And God bless him. Whatever. I don't care.
And
he's paid his dues.
And he's done some badass movies.
A tremendously good actor.
Yeah.
I love his acting.
I like him as a baddie.
Yeah.
He's
I
a great baddie.
liked him. I liked Cash as an actor.
Yeah.
Willie was a good actor.
Willie was. Yeah.
Waylon was a
great actor. And Shooter is a great actor.
Yes, and a great musician.
Yeah.
And I met Shooter when he wasn't tall as this mic stand, peeking out the banister of the upstairs of the house there while we were at the party at Waylon's house. He was just a little kid, 11 years old, right? Never forget that.
Yeah.
And Waylon wouldn't let him come downstairs. He's like, nah, he ain't coming down around all these idiots. He wouldn't let him near any of us, right?
That's funny.
So yeah, like that whole family was incredible.
Yeah.
Jesse Coulter, and what a tremendous group of people it was. But Next, better keep going. We've only got 10 minutes left.
Come on, Ginger, move it.
We got a super chat joke from Cam.
Oh boy!
Hey, Cam.
Of course.
He says, "I apologize in advance."
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Why was the guitar teacher arrested?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ! I don't even know if I should read this. For playing with A minor.
Oh,
Cam. Hey,
Jesus,
JP.
holy Jesus! Boy.
JP, how do you know that Cam is standing on a level surface?
I don't know.
Equal amounts of drool coming out of both sides of his
Yeah.
mouth. Love you, Cam.
Oh dear.
Oh, I don't think there's any. Yeah, I think he's.
There's no helping Cam.
Maybe you should just do like a little 5-minute segment, bad Cam jokes.
Yeah. We should just. Yeah, we're gonna edit all this shit together and put it out as the Cam sucks video.
Cam
trying to get us demonetized video. Yeah. Way to get me banned off YouTube, you prick. All right. Okay. Love you.
We should have Cam for a barbecue some night.
Yeah, we should have some canned Cam.
Yeah. Some Cam. I'll open up another can
Flakes
of Cam.
Flakes of Cam. Be a whole mini-series.
Flakes of Cam. All right. Go for it. Next.
So we got one from Tim Bennett. He's trying to super chat, but I guess it's not working.
Oh, is he still in India?
I think so.
Or, yeah. Was it India?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tim?
Be careful,
Love ya.
Tim.
Yeah, really. He says, when you play fingerstyle, the bass notes sound muted. Is that intentional? Are you doing that with the fleshy part at the base of the thumb?
No. Oh, well, no. I'm not. Well, yeah. In a way, I am.
It's a very convoluted answer.
Yeah. Don't be more clear.
Say yes and no in a different combination.
Yeah.
Behind you, there should be a white thumb pick, possibly. Maybe.
Let's see now.
We're just looking around here for stuff now.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
And so, thank you, sir.
There.
So, when you say that, right? So, from like when I'm playing fingerstyle, so there's plenty of times during, tunes like, I don't know, Hawaiian slack key where there's no muting, right? So it's. Everything's just ringing, right? But in the middle of that tune, Chet starts to go. And what I'm muting with is actually right there. That's what's killing the bass strings, not this. You think it is. It looks like it is, but it's not. I'm actually muting it with the further towards that part of my hand, and it is intentional, which is like that muted thumb is the Merle Travis thing, right?
Nice plunky sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it real funky, right?
Yeah.
And then off. That's all off, right? But other tunes.
Have I seen you mute with your other hand though too?
Oh yeah,
if you're doing Fleetwood McGuinness, you're
I'm
muting with your.
Yeah,
with
I'm
your
killing.
fingers.
I'm killing open strings to keep them from ringing even on that tune. I'm killing that top string after I play it. See, I kill it with my thumb so it's not ringing.
But are you not muting with these two sometimes too?
Oh yeah, I mute with all my fingers.
Yeah.
If it's something that I don't want to be ringing that confuses the delivery of the melody, I kill it.
Yeah.
Either with this hand or this hand, right? So yeah, very astute observation, but yes.
So by saying that, are you actually aware, and I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, but it sounds like you don't want it to confuse the melody. So you're thinking in my terms of bandwidth, where you're going to kill different parts of the bandwidth that aren't important to the melody.
Exactly.
Which I do in mixing a song.
In that tune, I don't want the 1 and 5 ringing
Ringing.
simultaneously.
Right.
I don't want that combined note
Right.
sticking out.
Yeah.
Well, I want one at a time. See what's happening?
Yeah.
As opposed to they start to create a third note,
Right.
and that confuses the melody.
And
right?
it's using up bandwidth.
And using up bandwidth.
Yep.
Exactly. Perfect. Good question. Good answer. See, this is why I have this guy around. He drinks martinis, he wears funny shirts, but I love him.
He drinks and he knows things.
One thing.
One thing.
At least one thing.
How to make a martini.
How to make a martini. Ken next.
Next is B World.
B World. Is that new?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry. There's so many of them. It'll take me a while to get onto you. Sorry.
He says, my acoustic bass is at the 13th fret on the G string and a bit of the D string.
On the 13th fret?
13th fret. So
Who
annoying.
gives a shit?
Don't know how to fix it. I think it's the 14th fret, but I tried sanding it down a bit, but nope.
Ooh.
Jesus. Okay, well, first of all,
Don't go sanding until you take a straight edge
if
to
you're,
it. and
if
figure
you're
out what's
playing
going
if you're playing the G string at the 13th fret, you're a better goddamn man than I am.
Does it make him Dave Gunning?
Yeah. What are you related to Dave? But in all seriousness, it sounds like you might have a hump in your fingerboard tail. So what that means is that this part of the guitar has risen,
Yeah.
and it's caused this part of this tail here, right, to get a hump in it, and it happens right at the 13th fret, right where it touches the body. So there's a bunch of ways to fix that. None of them are easy.
No.
But it could just be a matter of dressing this part of the fretboard down and the frets and whatever. But also, check your truss. Check to make sure that your neck isn't, because if your neck is perfectly straight, that you'll create a hump there
You can,
sometimes, right? So make sure there's a little relief in here, just a bit, not crazy, because you don't want your action to fly up here.
Right.
So just loosen the truss like an eighth of a turn. Put the truss in and go just an eighth, not even a quarter of a turn, and see if it gets any better. And if it doesn't, then you probably could have a hump or a bad fret. But it's all things that have to be. I wouldn't do that kind of work myself if I was you, unless you know exactly how to do it.
If you take it somewhere, they're going to take a straight edge to it first,
Yes.
and they're going to take a feeler gauge and a straight edge and kind of map out the neck and see where the neck is sitting and whether the tail is sitting up, and that could be, like you say, a truss rod adjustment.
Yeah.
Or you could have like a major shift in something that needs to be addressed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't go sanding things down willy-nilly.
No, because that's bad. If you sound one fret down, then that makes all the other ones too high.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Don't do that. Like, just get it to a shop and have them measure it all, and they'll tell you what has to be done to fix it.
If the guitar is moved, you could block all the frets down, and if there's no fixing that problem, if it's a natural problem with the wood that is small enough you're not going to correct it, you can block all the frets.
Yep, exactly,
And take care of it that way. But you don't want to go kind of willy-nilly sanding stuff.
All right, so we're going to have our question. Do we have any more super chats to address, or?
Cam just had a super chat comment. He
Okay,
said,
Cam.
Hit the like button, folks.
Oh, thanks,
Thanks,
Cam.
Cam.
We like Cam.
Cam is a good man.
We need a like
Cam's been with
button.
us from day one, and here's the question for tonight. Now the prizes. Did we ever get the string theory thing to Steve? Because he still doesn't have it.
I sent it again.
Okay. So anyhow, the prize at Stephen McNeil's Fantasy Music in Halifax will be, now it's going to be a custom-made hoodie with Yamaha Fantasy Music and String Theory on it. So he's making those. It's going to be really
Really?
yeah, it's going to be really cool. And a set of, if he has them, a set of the new Diodario XS coated strings. Man, if you use elixirs, you got to try these
those.
because these will blow your mind. I've been using elixirs for over 15 years.
You and Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm switching. They're that much better than elixirs that I'm switching. So there's that. And he usually has a tax-free in-store. If you come into the store, you get a tax-free purchase over $100, I believe it is. And the prize at G&G Music will be, we'll get to that in a second. The prize at G&G, the beautiful levies, string theory embossed strap, Set of elixirs. He might even be carrying the Diodario XS now too. I don't know. If he is, he'd probably give you those. And I believe there's a $25 or $50 certificate for recording King guitars and deals on Bouchers as well that he'll offer you.
If he's got any.
Yeah, if he's got, I have 2 of them here and I can't get them up to Antigonish because of the goddamn lockdown. So, anyhow, those 2 Bouchers that we put up today in review are going to be for sale at Glenn's, and I think one of them's already sold. But anyhow, so here's a good question. I recited some lyrics during the show, and I want to know the name of the song that those lyrics are from, and I'll tell them to you again. See the ruins on the hill, where the smoke is hanging still, like an echo of an age long forgotten. Shit. There's a. Damn it! I was trying to get all.
Wow, you're
I was
really
trying to get all.
shitting the bed on that.
Trying to get all Alistair. I was trying to get all
Alistair McGilvery.
Alistair Sims there. What was that?
Whoa!
And now the sound of Alistair.
Did you want to
Alistair Cook being attacked by ducks? There's a story of a home crushed beneath those blackened stones and the roof that fell before the beams were rotten. That's the first verse of the song. If you can tell me the title of that song, you win.
That's that Kris Kristofferson song.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first two people to get it right are going to be our prize winners.
Mm-hmm. Is it Darby's Castle?
It is. Who had that?
Steve Haynes.
Steve Haynes, you have won the G&G package. And send me an email right now at jpcormier38@gmail.com. That's jpcormier38@gmail.com. I will forward your email to Glenn, and he will get you sorted. And who's our number 2?
Kevin McPherson.
These are all new. Kevin McPherson. Kevin McPherson, same thing. Send me an email to jpcormier38@gmail.com. You won the fantasy prize pack. And both of you and all of the people that we've done so far now, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Who do we appreciate?
Yes, 10 now. No, we got 8. We have 8. Going in for the grand prize, which this time will be from Fantasy Music, and it is a Dirty 30s Dreadnought. Not a Series 11. The one below the Series 11. He brought it to
the 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a 10. It could be a 10.
The 10.5.
Not 9.5.
10 version 10.16.
Is this where you hold up the cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cue
We
the
don't
music,
have our
Ginger.
crew.
No, we don't.
We need the cards.
So,
Cheers.
cheers,
Wednesday
sir.
night.
Wednesday night.
Stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe.
Teenie Martini.
Go get your vaccinations. Stay the hell home. If you
Next
don't have
week.
to go anywhere, wear a mask. Keep your hands clean.
Mm-hmm. Don't pick your nose.
Don't pick your nose.
And eat it.
Don't scratch your ass.
Yeah.
Well, scratch your ass, but don't do it in public because it's really embarrassing at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
They won't let me in the library anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate you being here with us every Wednesday night on String Theory. I don't even know what to say. It's become.
You should tell them about the huge end of COVID party you're going to host.
Oh boy.
At the lake.
When COVID's done, when we get everybody
Huge party.
vaccinated.
Everybody online is invited.
Oh yeah, I'm tearing it up.
Yeah.
Tearing it up. I'm just gonna get drunk and float around the lake for 2 days.
Yeah, buddy.
We're going to do that anyway.
Yeah, we're going to
Well,
do
that's
that.
true, too.
But you can all join us.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll put it. We'll do it. We'll stream it live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We might even barbecue somebody.
Starlink.
Yeah. Somebody. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks to my good buddy Chris Coote,
Stay safe, everybody.
King of the Shark Shirts, Lord of the Arm Hair, the Wizard of Arm Pubes, Mr. Chris Coote.
Trident of the transistor.
See you next time.
Good night.